Life's no longer a beach for Durbanites. The eThekwini municipalities announced that more beaches have reopened. This is due to improved water quality standards. But given that it's already November, will this have an impact on the usual busy December tourist season? Nqobile Madlala is finding out and joins us this morning. Good morning, Nqobile. That is the big question. Will it have an impact now that they're only opening in November, or there's still enough time?
Well, having spoken to Action SA and DA in the past, they said that the impact was already being felt by some of the people that are working in this area. But we're hearing the great news that are coming from the city of eThekwini, talking about the fact that the Durban Beaches are now open. So we are going to find out now to hear more about those beaches being open. Tell us a little bit more. How many beaches have you opened? How many more are still closed?
We've got about 14 that are opened, and then we've got about a few more that are closed, maybe about 8. But yeah, the situation is improving very well, and we are quite excited. As you can see today, the weather is not so good though, but this one is opened and people are swimming. But yeah, it's not as bad as it was. We are moving towards a direction where our infrastructure is improving. And we'll be opening most of our beaches, I think, towards the end of this month.
And I mean, if you can just give us an idea, which of those beaches are open, and why is it that the other ones remain closed? Is there something that perhaps the water comes through those beaches?
All the beaches in the north are closed. Westbrook, Umhlanga, Laguna, eThekwini Beach, and so forth. All of those beaches are closed. And then if you go towards the south, looking at your Eddington, Ushaga, Estuary, going down the south, those beaches are opened. It is because we are still trying to fix some of our infrastructure. That is obviously some of our sewage is coming through the rivers in the areas in the north. So we are focusing on fixing that infrastructure. That is why we have to close those beaches, and which takes our equally to above 500. So those that are open is because our eco line has improved, is below 500. Actually, we've done pretty well. So we are quite excited. Yes, sometimes it does happen that you find the sewage or the pollution, going south, and it affects our beaches. But I think I'm quite excited standing here to know that we've opened most of our beaches, and I think by November, December, we're good to go in all of our beaches.
So how are you going to ensure that by that December that the E. coli hasn't yet gone up again?
It's about fixing the infrastructure. That is what we are working with every day. The city is hard at work 24/7, fixing all this in the infrastructure that was affected during the floods. Because the problem was that our infrastructure was badly affected during the flood. So we are improving in those areas, fixing the infrastructure, replacing what needs to be replaced, and I think that is why we have managed to open the rest of our beaches.
And the process of testing obviously is one that's questionable at the moment. We've heard from some of the political parties saying that there needs to be more testing to ensure that people's health are not affected when they come to the beaches. So how long does it take to test, and how do you know that perhaps the test that you did has not now changed if you go back and you test, maybe the E. coli has gone up again?
Previously, we used to do a 14-day test. After the demands and the public complaints, we then did a 7-day test, and then we realized, no, it's not enough. We are doing a test every day. So every day we're getting results, and from a very credible labs. Our water department is in charge of that testing. So when it comes to testing, we're not worried, because the test is done by our department in credible labs, and we are doing it every day. So to help us understand the E. coli and the improvement thereof, we need to do tests every day. So we will be communicating to our public every second day and on the tests that we do. That's the only way we have to do it, so that we ensure that the safety of our public.
Lastly, I mean, there's a lot of businesses that have had to deal with the fact that some of the beaches are closed. Like you say, in the likes of Umhlanga, that's where most people would book if they're coming to the city, to the beach. This means that it affects their businesses. Is there a way that you are going to help these businesses? Have you communicated with them, and what are they saying?
We do communicate with businesses from the city. As you can see, our officials are hard at work. They're cleaning the beach, as you can see behind you. And the business sector understands the situation that we are facing. We keep them updated through our communications department, the city manager and the mayor. There are continuous engagements and meetings where we keep the business sector informed on what is going on. And they are involved in also trying to come on board to provide some of the necessary assistance that we need. So it is always going to be a situation where we work together with the business sector to improve our city and to ensure that our beaches are safe and clean. So the business sector is involved. We communicate with them at all times.
You're not worried about losing money?
Of course, we are worried about losing money, and that is why we're working so hard to ensure that we improve our beaches, and we want to see the economy of the city improving, and we want to get back our holiday makers coming to Durban this December, and we're working so hard to ensure that people are coming to Durban to enjoy with their families, and they are safe, most importantly, and the business is not affected.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. Well, you can hear them, Fundo. They're saying that they're working very hard to ensure that the beaches are back to that space where people can come in here and enjoy and not be worried that they could potentially have some health issues. But they're saying that they are working with businesses. They are speaking about these losses and how they can fast track this process of ensuring that everyone is not affected. But what's interesting is that they're saying that tests are something that they're doing now on a regular basis. Also, it's happening on a daily basis to ensure that the water is clean.